Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. And with all the grace of a drowning penguin.
Look up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Shaft!
Hey guys, welcome to another Clan & Casting Crew production here on the bottom right hand side of Polar Night. It's the red Zergie McFerguson representing Team Clarity Gaming. It's Bop! And here on the top left hand side of that map we have representing the blue Protoss, it's Storm. Alright guys, so these are two fairly reputable North American players. Bop, from Team Clarity Gaming, a very strong player in their lineup, who's going for a 14 pull, 15 pull, somewhere around in there. And this is actually a pretty solid opener, especially against Forge First, which he's not 100% sure about, but on this map this is a very popular opener. So rather than going hatch first, which could be cannon rushed, he's going with the safer spawning pull into hatch. His opponent, just scouting around, and he wants to see, is there a gas coming out. He's going to keep this probe here long enough to scout that out. He's checking it here and then going around the back side to see that. Alright, so we've got this Forge. Next up we've got a Nexus. It's being saved for now. There we go, that's being popped into place. Overlord also in place, scouting this out. Perfect timing here. Usually get this information between 3 and 3:15, which is perfect. Now Bop knows he doesn't need gas. It's going to be up to him if he chooses to take it and do something like Nidus play or Mutalisks or something like that, but typical response is no gas. Photon cannon on the way as well. This is going to deter any kind of Zerg aggression. 2 scouting Zerglings are on the way though, not in the form of any kind of aggression, rather just for scouting purposes, knock back that probe, anything like that. Now you see that Bop is actually sending drones to long distance mine. The reason for that is he's very well known for getting to 16 and then long distance mining. It's diminishing returns on anything greater than 2 per mineral patch. As you see, each base has 8 mineral fields, so he's literally just trying to get the most out of every base. He's also getting pretty quick third standard setup here in a Forge First situation. Basically, Zerg vs Protoss has 2 different subsets in the matchup. Forge First, you play it entirely one way, and then Gateway First is played entirely another way. Zerg entirely allowing Protoss to dictate the flow of the game in that sense. And as you can see, he's taking his ladder towers momentarily, just checking around for probes or pylons or anything like that. I believe he killed a probe over here. Yeah. So, pretty cool stuff, just your basic scouting going on. He wants to be super safe at this third, so mostly the game will begin to get exciting once the third is established. It'll have a great big bullseye should the Protoss choose to do any kind of aggression, or the Protoss can take his own third, which will become a point of contention. Now the Cyber Core is about 3/4 of the way done. When that finishes up, we'll have the first tech decisions from Storm, whether that be a gateway attack, a Phoenix opener, Blink opener, or what have you. Usually it's Phoenix and the Colossi, but either way. Bop taking 2 gas now. This is his first 2 gas actually. So he's not going like Mutalisks, that would usually require all 4. He's probably going to do like a Roach Ling defense, though it's hard to say with this guy because he's very unorthodox at times. We've got 2 gateways in production now for Storm. No high-end tech, and we're getting warp gate research. So this could be like a 4-gate pressure or 6 gate, something like that. We'll find out exactly what. Maybe, Twilight Council. Yep, actually, called it. Oh, yeah! Alright, so raise your boppers. Alright, so basically Bop's going to want to get this to full saturation. Usually about 75 drone saturation is considered ideal in this matchup, but it's all going to depend on how much pressure Storm decides to apply. There's the Roach Warren finishing up now for our Zergie McFerguson. And interestingly enough, still no third or fourth gas, no layer tech. Macro hatch has begun though. He's going really Sauron style this game. Low tech, high economy, and the potential for high unit aggression. We've got the first evolution chamber on the way now. He's banked up a little bit of gas, maybe like a +1 carapace perhaps. That's usually the more expensive of the upgrades. Yeah, it looks like it's timing out perfectly as well. And layer started now. We'll find out on that where that gas is going to go in the evolution chamber in just a moment. Alright, so here's the third and fourth gas. Still no fifth or sixth, but that's fair. He's psyching his opponent out. You know, if the opponent attacks the third, he has no idea. This Overlord actually scouting out a pylon. Looks like these Lings will be able to knock that down pretty quickly. Oh, but a warp in, and these Lings were a little sloppy. 2 of them were not attacking, and that 1 Zealot warp in is going to be able to defend the pylon. Blink just now about to finish, and this is a huge gateway count. This is 5 gateways, 6 gate. Wow, 6 gate, +1 armor on the way. He's already got +1 attack. Ooh, this is actually not looking very good for Bop. Bop is actually sending most of his units to take out the pylon, but he's been redirected by this 1 Zealot. He could have sent those Lings to deal with the pylon and the Roaches to defend that, but he's getting a little bit distracted here by creep spread and holding control of the map with the Zelnaga towers and whatnot. He knows his pylon's down. He may have even seen a couple of the units here, but now he's definitely seen them as the Roach Ling forces are getting in position. He's trying to flank his opponent from behind as the reinforcements will be able to sandwich him. This is some great positioning here by Bob. However, there's a large number of reinforcements coming in now for our Protoss player, and that's like 8 gateways at this point, it seems. Seem to be missing a couple of them, but that was a lot of warp-ins, needless to say. Either way, Roach Ling doing a pretty good job at defense. There's not many Roaches here. He's going to have to stay on top of his injects. His injects actually a little sloppy there in the natural, and the main's actually sitting okay. So here we go. Roaches have managed to push Stalkers back momentarily, but this is becoming a very, very dicey game here. The Stalker's being forced back again. He has to be careful not to engage on creep, but Bob has to be very careful not to engage off creep, and he's choosing, nope, going ahead to retreat. Awesome. This is how you defend your third base. You use the creep to your advantage and pray you've got enough. Okay, so we've got Storm's army coming in from the underbelly of this. He's going to be able to target down that Overseer. Overlord gets destroyed as it's canceled. Roach Ling, actually a lot of those Roaches not in perfect concave, and Stalker's being able to fire down on most of them, but the Zealots are tanking a lot here. Stalker's not actually taking much damage. Bop not microing this to the best visibility, but he's waiting on the +1 ranged attack, and the Roach Ling army manages to force the Protoss army right on back. He's staying on top of his injects here at the third base. It's great that he's got that macro hatch right there where it can reinforce immediately, and these Roaches are coming in. Wow, he is actually managing to hold this off against an opponent with higher upgrades, but a slightly smaller army supply. And we've got Roach movement speed. That's going to help tons as soon as that upgrade finishes. The Stalker's getting blinked back yet again. The Zealots are in position to try and tank as much damage as possible. Roach is actually taking a lot of damage here. Ling's not quite able to get in position on the Stalkers, and the Stalker's now being forced to retreat as the Ling's closed in. Wow, Bop playing this perfectly at this point. My God. Still, this is an awesome army here from Storm. Though it's becoming more and more all-in, he still does not have a third. And in fact, Bop has got creep spread at both possible thirds and a little bit of a counterattack by the third cannon and wall off are going to be able to hold that off. Drone's being pulled off the line now to soak some damage, even having a good surround there on the Stalkers, buying enough time for the Roaches to continue to reinforce here. Now, he has seen that this is a complete wall off at the Protoss Protoss Natural, so he knows this is completely committed. He's also aware there is no third base, so he knows all he's got to do is survive this. Notice he's not trying to go up to Infestation Pit or Hive or Spire or Hydras or nothing fancy like that. He is literally just holding on for dear life. Storm still playing an amazing game, awesome blinks, keeping some Zealots in the mix to really soak up damage. Stalkers not the best when they're having to kite backwards or blink away, and we are super weak at this point in the game, guys. Not quite there for reinforcement yet. Here we go, here goes the gateway and reinforcement. Mostly Zealots, a couple of Stalkers. He really wants that soak, that damage absorption, but Zealots are easily getting picked off now. Roaches overwhelming the Stalker numbers, and this pylon will be free game as Storm is forced to retreat northwards. So Storm's attack has been broken. With his current army, 70 supply behind his opponent, there's not really too much he can do here. He's got some mineral resources, but very low on gas. He has actually not taken his 4th gas this entire game, whether that's a mistake or him just expecting to have won it earlier. I'm not really 100% sure, but there are Roaches knocking at his front door. Forge falls, Cybercore falls, that means nothing to Zealots left. He's even lost a Warp Gate in the mix. This is looking bad. Storm on his hind legs, drops the well played, and Bob takes the victory. GG! Guys, this is a shout out to the Planet Casting crew. If you liked this production, please hit +1 on YouTube, share it with your friends, and please, above all else, subscribe. That link is going to be on the bottom right-hand corner of the credits. Until next time, guys, thanks for being awesome. Bye-bye!
신앙 선수가 되는 거고요. 그렇죠. 멀티에 방해도 받지 않으면서 안전하게 해주고 있는 모습인데 맹독충의 스피드업이 되기 전에 즉 전방 위에서만 싸워야 되고 전방만 좀 제거하고 빠지면 돼요. 네.